If you want to make money with your agency in 2025, then you need to stop doing the traditional SMMA. I literally wasted months doing what all these gurus were telling me to do on YouTube until I discovered exactly how these new agencies were popping up out of nowhere and just blowing up to 50K a month. Now, if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme where you can make 10K in the next 7 days that everyone's advertising, then this video is just not for you. But if you want to build an agency that brings in profits month after month consistently, a real business that changes your life like it did to mine, then I'll show you exactly how to do it. After running my own agency for about 2 years now, there's a few things that really separate an agency from actually succeeding and not succeeding. And the thing is that most gurus out there are telling you old methods that they have done themselves a few years ago, but the thing is that SMMA is just not the same anymore. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on right now, because I know you're probably experiencing this, is that one, people don't want to hop on meetings with you. Two, they don't even respond to you anymore. Or three, they just don't want your service anymore. Now, you're probably in a mindset of now, okay, what do I do? Like, I'm calling these people, I'm texting these people, I'm running ads, I'm not getting people onto my calendar, because at the end of the day, why agencies fails, it's not because they don't know how to fulfill or that they don't know how to sell, it's because they can't get appointments on their calendar. And remember, if you can't get appointments on your calendar, you can't get clients. And if you can't get clients, you can't fulfill. And if you can't do any of those, you can't make any money, right? That's exactly what I realized, because my first 3 months of my journey, I wasted time trying to run BS guaranteed offers. Oh, I guarantee you XYZ amount of appointments in XYZ days. I guarantee XYZ amount of closed deals. Or it's just BS offers. Because what's happening right now in the whole market is that people don't trust anymore. There's a big trust recession. And why exactly that happened is because so many kids watch Iman Gadzhi, all these videos, and they can go and start a marketing agency. And they went and inflated the market by just saying, I'll guarantee XYZ this, I guarantee XYZ this. And what happens is that if there's a lot of guarantees out in the market, people have to compete because it's a competition at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's a competition. So basically exactly what they do is that they have to basically just increase their guarantee. Let's say if this guy's doing 20 guaranteed appointments in a month, I'll do 25. And this guy does 25, I'll do 30. And then what happens is that a client, he buys your services and they don't fulfill on the guarantee. And when they don't fulfill on the guarantee, they just think you did trash. Even at the end of the day, you getting him 20 appointments is great, but you said I'll get you 25 guaranteed, now you have to refund them. So then when you run ads on those shitty ass guarantees, or you do outreach, you cold call people and you tell them the same exact things, they don't want to buy it because they've already experienced it and they never actually got results. Because remember, 99% of agencies don't know how to deliver. So when I was doing outreach like this, I wasn't getting appointments. I'll be honest. I was not getting appointments. I was cold calling, SMS, I was doing DMs, all three at the same time, because I was like, okay, if I just outreach as much as possible, there's no way I don't get appointments on the calendar. But even after doing that, I wasn't getting anything because what I was offering just sucks, because I was doing the old methods that everyone was telling me to do, right? And as soon as I realized that, I said, okay, like, what can I do? What can I get appointments? And this is exactly where I switched my whole agency model to just a performance agency, where basically I get paid once I should deliver results, right? And I did a test offer I ran, and I was doing about 1,500 SMS every single day, about 400 IG DMs every single day, and 100 cold calls every single day. I was dialed in. Like, I was working hard. I know you're probably working hard, right? I'm doing all that, but I was getting appointments. And the moment I swapped my offer to a performance offer, I booked 8 appointments the next day. And once I realized, I was like, okay, like, I just booked 8 meetings just because I changed my offer. Like, this is what I want you guys to really realize. Like, changing the way you frame your agency will literally change everything, right? And the offer I ran was just, you pay me only $15 up front, and you pay me $2,000 after I get you 15 appointments. So instead of you pay me up front, I get paid after. Now, I don't do that anymore, but it's a really good offer that you can run if you're in the beginning stages. I'll get into like the whole beginning stages. I'll get into that part a bit later in the video. But when I ran that offer and then I got literally 8 appointments and I was able to close exact 3 people off that offer, is when I realized, wait, I was stuck for months outreaching, working really hard. It wasn't working, but just because I made a small change and I changed how my agency looks, I was able to close more clients. Like, it was so like, I couldn't fathom it, right? And on those 3 clients, guess what? I fulfilled and I literally got paid from them exactly 30 days after, right? But now I have the same question is, okay, like, yes, I can get meetings on the calendar, but how can I get money up front? Because at the end of the day, we all want to get paid up front. Now, how do I get money up front? So basically what I did is I just said, okay, how about I charge an upfront fee of $2,000 to $3,000 or even $4,000? I charge about a 3.5K up front at the moment right now on my agency. How can I charge that up front and still have the aspect of that this is a performance offer, right? So I launched it out for the first time. And at first, I launched it on the normal guarantees because I saw everybody was doing that. But remember, you're a commodity if you're just copying people. You want to be on top of your market, right? And that's this is exactly what's going on in the ANC at the moment. So everyone's trying to run BS guarantees, and they've seen it a billion times to the point they don't even care about your offer, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to offer them something that they want and it seems new to them, because that's how you actually crush it, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna charge an upfront fee plus the performance fee at the same time. And I tested this on Outreach first, and it worked. I was able to close someone, and I got this, and I actually made money from that one client. I remember my first month actually making money. I collected about $3,500 off just one client. I was like, wow, that's actually crazy. Like, I used to literally outreach every single day. I'm trying to get monthly retainers, and that just wasn't working for me, right? So now, how do you frame your own ANC into same ANC as it to mine? Is that you want to basically just run an offer that your market wants. Because at the end of the day, if let's say you're in the home service niche like I am, is that you want to have an offer that's strong, right? Having a strong offer is what's going to make them click. A few years ago, yes, you can run an ad that says I guarantee 10 appointments or work. You can outreach or maybe call people, say I guarantee XYZ or work. Or work amazing because it's back then. But remember, as people buy services and they get scammed, they don't want to buy anymore. So you offering a performance offer, what does it do exactly? Exactly what it does is that it frames you as I'm very confident on my fulfillment. I'm very confident on my delivery to the point I'm willing to do this. Because remember, they have bought the same services over and over again to the point that they don't trust anymore. So us doing this is what's gonna actually change the whole game in general, right? So I remember I launched my first ad on this offer and I was getting leads for $5, $6. And I remember I was like, man, I remember on the basic guaranteed offer was a trash ad. I might play it, but I was getting these for $40. And then I cut my lead cost down to $5, $6. And I was like, okay, now I need to capitalize because at the end of it, we still want to get paid up front, right? We still want to get paid up front. And when we get paid up front, we want to make money on the back end also. So now what exactly I did in my agency is that I built a system where I was like, okay, I want to get as many appointments as possible because me getting more appointments at the least cost possible is what's going to actually make me as much profit as possible. So I ran a performance offer and I was able to actually book a lot of appointments. I was spending about $80 to $90 a day and I was able to film a full calendar. I filled up a full calendar and I was like, okay, we need to close as many people as possible on the front end. Now, once I cracked down on closing people on the front end, I was like, okay, now I need to realize, okay, how can I actually make more money off these people? Because remember, you can have an agency that's making a lot of money on the front end, but if you're not making money on the back end, then you're going to go out of business, right? And it sucks. It's the truth. So I was like, well, at the end of the day, we all want retainers. We all want guaranteed money every single month, retainers. So I said, well, how about we just sign people on the upfront fee? And then when we sign them on the upfront fee, we deliver results and they pay us performance fees. Like, I'll give an example. Let's say if you're doing only pay-per-close offer, right? Or only pay-per-close or only pay-per-appointment. Now, in the first month, let's say it pays you $2,000 in performance fees, right? It pays you $2,000 in performance fees. You decide to up his ad spend because obviously he wants to make more money. You up his ad spend. And in that second month, he's going to realize, man, I'm closing a lot of deals and I'm about to pay him. I mean, he doesn't mind paying you because obviously you're making him money. Okay, at the end of that second month, we hop on a call. We say, look, we upped your ad spend, and you basically owe us about, let's say, $3,000 or maybe $4,000. Well, how about this? Instead of you paying us that, instead of us doing basically $4K a month, how about we just do a retainer of $2,500 a month, but he signs a contract for 6 months. Now we have that exact client guaranteed for 6 months. I'm telling you guys right now, there's a client that I signed a year ago in March of 2024, and he came on the upfront. On the upfront, it was about $2,500 up front. and the paper closed. And a month and a half later, we were able to upsell him on a 2.5K a month. And guess what? To this day, he's still paying $2,000 every single month. If we actually lowered it to $2,000 a month because he's like, oh, because he kept the same ad spend for a long time, but he's been paying us $2K a month for a long time. Now that's what builds LTV, when you make money on the back end. But our whole goal is that we, like, at the end of it, if we can't get clients, we can't make money. And that's one thing I realized, and it's one thing I've seen. All these new agencies that are basically coming in and they're just boom, 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 everyone's blowing up. I felt like I was behind. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are all these people are starting brand new agencies? This guy just started a few months ago, or maybe like a month ago, and is making more money than me. It doesn't make sense. And that's how I realized. I was like, this is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing, and that's what's causing them to be able to make a lot of money. Like I'm telling you guys right now, it's just the truth. If you try, like you probably are running, if you're running your own agency right now, you're probably realizing yourself right now, I'm outreaching so much, I'm spending so much on ads, but I'm not really profiting, or I'm not getting any appointments because they just don't want what you have to offer. And at the end of the day, if you want to get sales, you have to sell something that the market actually wants. And you have to attract people. If you can't attract people, you can't sell people. It's just the way it's just the way that of the game is, right? Now, another part will be actually being in a niche that's actually good, right? I'm telling you guys all the mistakes that I made right now in this video. I'm just telling you guys all the mistakes I fucking made, right? You have to pick a good niche. If you're in a shit niche, you're not gonna make money. I'm telling you guys right now, I even wasted 2 months of my life trying to make a niche that doesn't work actually work. And if you can't make a niche that is not supposed to work. You're not Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, you can make them work, but how long is that going to take you, right? I know I said in the beginning of this video, this is not like a get rich quick scheme, but obviously we want to change your life as soon as possible. We don't want to wait months and months and months and months. We want to make money as soon as possible, right? But I'm not saying you're going to make money in 7 days, in 1 month, or in 2 months. Is what I'm saying is that if you pick the right vehicle, because you can have all the knowledge in the world, you can have everything, but if you're in the wrong vehicle, you won't go anywhere. Like I went into wedding planners because I was like, oh, this is a brand new untapped niche, but they're broke. There's a reason why it's untapped, because 1, they are broke, and 2, they don't really need the service, right? So find a niche that's proven. Find a niche that's actually proven, and there's actually a big need for your solution. And if you can find that, I'm telling you guys, like, first, I'll give you examples like concrete, asphalt, roofing, solar, med spas. Those are big niches that actually have problems, and us actually coming in doing this, like, we do Facebook ads is a big solution for them. That's exactly what they're looking for, right? They're looking for a solution. They have a problem, we have a solution, and we just go in and sell them. Because at the end of the day, our whole goal is to get appointments on the calendar, right? And how we do that is by running a performance offer on the front end, and on the back end, we're going to upsell them into retainers. And that's how you generally build a profitable and scale an agency. I'm telling you guys right now, I made the switch. I remember I went on my 3 months without making a single dollar. And I made 9K the moment I switched my offer. And I scaled my agency 37K the month after that. And I did 40K a month the next after that. Literally made 40K a month. And I remember in the month I made 40K a month, I worked less on the front end. I didn't sign as many clients on the front end. I remember I didn't sign as many clients on the front end. I was collecting back end fees, and boom. And this is where I realized, like, dude, I worked less. I worked less than my first time making my first 37K a month, and I made more money. And that also shows that when you build the skills over time, you just have the skill to be able to make money. You just build the skill of making money with an agency, right? But it's really just that, is that I was stuck for a long time. Like, I was stuck for a long time trying to run BS guarantees, BS offers that have worked a few months ago. I mean, a few years ago, yes, they used to work, but they don't work as good now. They don't work as good because the market just has trust problems. And when people have trust problems, it means they don't want to buy. So you need to figure out how can I get people to want to buy? And them wanting to buy is them hopping an appointment with you to actually see what you have to offer. And what that is, that you just have to seem different than everybody else by just doing a performance model. And once I realized this, is literally when I actually scaled my agency. I really hope you guys really understand exactly what I'm trying to say. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't have any clients, if you're stuck right now under 10K a month, you don't have any clients, or you have a few clients, and you're just struggling to get appointments, run a performance offer. I'm going to give you guys an offer now. I guarantee you guys that if you run this offer, right, this is the exact steps you want to do if you're in the beginning stages, right? If you're in the beginning stages, what you want to do is it's Friday right now, on Monday, or let's say whatever day of the week is, on the next day, cold call people and do cold SMS, right? And just say, hey, I will run your ads. You only pay me after I get you XYZ amount of appointments. Say maybe 10 appointments or maybe like 15 appointments. Or you only pay me if it actually works, right? Because in the beginning stages, you don't want to collect a paycheck. You don't want to collect a paycheck. What you want to collect is, I want to get someone on board, run my services for him. I get better at running ads myself, and I get a testimonial, I get a case study that now you can leverage to get upfront payments. Like, I hope you guys understand that, because we don't want to sell a guarantee, we want to sell an outcome. An outcome is what exactly we're doing for them, and that we only get paid on the back end. But obviously, if you don't have any results to show for, you can't really, like I said, get them to pay you upfront, right? So we want to go ahead and try to get results as soon as possible. And as soon as we get results, then we can go to charge you upfront payments, and that's where we make the big bucks. And then we get back end fees at the same time to make us more profitable. This is generally how you build a very profitable agency. Like, I know agencies out there that are doing 40K a month or maybe like 50K a month, but they spend 20 grand a month on ads. You're spending 20K a month on ads. Now, how much you actually keep after paying payroll? My first month hitting 40K a month, I spent $3,800 on paid ads. Now, what does that roll as? That's just more profit for me to keep in my pocket. Because my whole goal is I want to acquire people onto my product and service as cheap as possible. And once I get that, then I'm going to figure out, okay, how can I keep these clients for as much as possible and get as much money from them as possible? And just by upselling clients on more ad spend and doing a monthly retainer and offering more services in the back end. Like, I offer SEO in the back end also now. I offer, let's say, like, if you need a new website, I offer that to you. Because I just want to maximize the LTV. Because once I maximize the LTV is where I make a lot of money. If I'm able to acquire a client for as cheap as possible and make as much money from that one client, that's just a money printing machine. But I really hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And as I said, like, it's just understand everything I said in this video and implement it. And trust me, you will see a big difference. And you will be able to book more appointments and close more deals so easily. But yeah, see you guys on the next video.